Hi Taurus, happy birthday and welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your May 2023 tarot reading. Thanks to those of you who liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, I take out the crossword as always, and also pull the 4 agreements, wisdom, oracle, and mudra card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus should be as far as that goes. Alright, so we have Gemini, and Gemini is actually your second house of finances, possession, self-worth. And let's see, we have 4. So 4th house energy for you guys is actually Leo. Astrologically speaking, I think maybe toward the end of May, we're going to have Mars move into Leo. But 4th house in general points to home, roots, mother. And we have Venus. So Venus, I'm trying to think, is going to be in Gemini for part of May and then move into Cancer. So it'll be in your second house, which we saw come up with your dice as well, and then moving into your third house of communication. And of course, you guys are ruled by Venus, so you feel the impacts of that a little bit more than most. All right, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started with the main spread. In the main situation position, we have the Sun, and challenging that, we have Temperance. So, I mean, this could just be as simple as saying that, of course, as we go through the first few weeks of May, you're going to have the Sun in your sign. But beyond that, could just be saying, energetically speaking, on the one hand, you might feel like, okay, there's the part of you who does feel a bit energized, but at the same time, beneath the surface, like behind the scenes, you might still have a lot going on that you're trying to process, possibly on an emotional level, maybe looking back on some things that took place in your life recently. And I mean, wouldn't be too surprising because basically at the exact same time the Sun moves into your sign, we're actually going to have Mercury retrograde start in your sign as well. So could be a lot of reflecting on the past. So yeah, could just be saying on the one hand you might feel a bit energized and optimistic, but then you could still be a little bit more reclusive thinking back on things from your past. All right, in the foundation position, we have the 3 of Pentacles. So this could just be saying that the key to ride through these energies might be to just try to collaborate with people, right? Like try not to push yourself too much if you feel like you don't have the energy to put into the things you need to get done. I feel like this is saying that this would be a good time to collaborate with others to get those goals accomplished. All right, in the past position, we have the 8 of Wands. So more Sagittarius energy here. And it could just be saying that maybe you guys are already experiencing a little bit of burnout, right? Maybe you've been very busy recently. So on the one hand, you know, you have your season come around. People might want to have you come out for dinner or something like that, or drinks for your birthday, right? And you could just be like, all right, I'm a little bit winded already here from whatever else you've been going through recently. But that's what I see with that. All right, in the present position, we have the 9 of Cups. So at least a good thing there is to say I feel like you do have a certain level of contentment, right? So even as you're feeling those fluctuations in your energy levels and possibly processing things, I feel like overall this is saying you're pretty happy with where you are right now. But again, like I said, it could just be a matter of trying to navigate the tricky energies going around between, like I said, the Mercury retrograde, eclipse season. So this could be energetically a lot going on around you, but underneath it all, you might be feeling pretty content. All right, and in your future position, we have the 4 of Wands. So Aries energy here. And this could just be saying that, yeah, in the near future, you're actually going to feel a lot more accomplished, right? Feeling like things are going your way overall. So yeah, it could just be one of those things where, like I said, maybe riding a little bit of ups and downs initially, but I feel like you're going to ride through that pretty quickly and see things improve for you. All right, in the position of your influence in the situation, we have the Star. So yeah, this is an indicator. Well, for one, this is Aquarius energy, but it could just be saying that I always point out that with the Star card, it's the card that comes after the Tower in traditional tarot. So this could just be saying that maybe recently you have gone through a Tower moment, right? And there's a part of you that's still trying to integrate what that was all about. We see the energy with the water in this card, right? That was coming up in the challenge position for you. And then we see a similar theme with this card here. So it could just be saying that, you know, processing the emotions around situations that might have taken place in your past. And overall, I feel like you're learning and growing from those situations. But again, I feel like they're just coming up to the surface, which makes sense. You know, we're nearing the end of having a node in your sign and a south node in your opposite sign. So it could just be one of those things where just processing a lot of what that transit's been for you. All right. In the environment position, we have the Five of Cups. So yeah, seeing this here, I feel like this is saying that for some of you, I do have to say, at least with all the cups that we're seeing here, for some of you might have actually been overcoming a drinking problem. I feel like that'd be for a small percentage of you, but that definitely could be at play there, right? So maybe that's the adjustment that you're trying to make now, where you might feel really good about overcoming that, but at the same time, there's now that adjustment period, right? If that became a big part of your life, right? Even if it was just more of a social thing where, okay, every time I go out with my friends, we go out drinking, right? And if you're trying to distance yourself from that, there could be that little bit of disappointment, right? Because if that just became such a routine for you and now you're trying to shift away from that energy, there could be an adjustment period that comes with that. But if it's not that, again, I feel like this is just saying that on a more emotional level, if it's not pointing to physical drinking, right, it could just be saying on an emotional level, you're still processing past disappointments. And like I said, with the energies at play, Mercury retrograde in your sign, eclipse season going on, makes sense if that would be the case. You just feel the past coming back up. That's what I see with that. All right, in the hopes or fears position, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So we're actually going to have Jupiter moving into your sign a little bit past the midpoint of May. So, of course, this could be what this is pointing to. But yeah, I feel like this is saying that energetically you do feel like you are ready for that turnaround, right? So, like I said, there are some indicators here. Not huge indicators, but there's definitely some indicators that you might have gone through something a little bit heavy recently. And now you're just like, okay, I've learned what I needed to learn from that, right? I'm processing that and I'm ready to move forward. And in the outcome position, we have the Three of Swords. So Libra energy here. So yeah, to me, what always stands out to me is I view these kind of like old wounds, right? So similar to what I was talking about with the Five of Cups energy too. So I feel like this is just pointing to that final release for you guys, where as we progress through the end of the month, like I said, we're going to have Jupiter move into your sign, and we're going to have that new moon in your sign toward the end of your season as well. Mercury retrograde to be ending, right? So it could just feel like there's a lot of things hitting at once. But then I feel like there's going to be that gradual release with that. And for some of you, I do have to say, maybe this might point to a small disappointment within your work environment. So I don't think it'll be a major thing given it's the Three of Swords, but at the very least, maybe some disappointment there. All right, and bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Cups. So yeah, like I said, there could just be so many things coming up to the surface for you guys to process at once, right? So could just be causing some fluctuation in your energy levels. But again, like I said, it feels like you're going to get a pretty firm grasp on what you were meant to learn from those situations and comfortably move past them. And interestingly enough, beneath that, we do see the Four of Swords, which is an energy of healing too. So yeah, like I said, for a lot of you, I feel like this is energetically, astrologically, right? It just seems like the timing's right for you to get these things out of the way, but it seems like it's all going to hit at once, I feel, for a lot of you. All right, moving on to your Four Agreements card, we have Always Do Your Best, and it says surrender and let go of the past. Okay, it says whatever life takes away from you, let it go. When you surrender and let go of the past, you allow yourself to be fully alive in the moment. Letting go of the past means that you can enjoy the dream that is happening right now. So yeah, I mean, like I said, it does seem like there's definitely some energies that point to past things coming back up for you guys. I do have to say, given that the Star card comes up in your position, I feel like ultimately you are really learning from those things and going through the process of letting go. Like I said, it just seems like a month where it just might all hit you at once. All right, and moving on to your Wisdom Oracle card, we have Breathe. There's the artwork, and the number is 29. Let's see what this has to say. Okay, essential meanings says patience, waiting, going slowly, wellness, meditation, trust. The Oracle's message, patience in all things is called for right now. What do you need to do when you're in a rush? Slow down, of course, meditate and trust. Breathe and repeat. Humans cannot exist without drawing breath. Now is the time to allow the life-giving element of air to replenish your body, your being, and your very essence. Stop to smell the roses, breathe in the sunlight, and release the darkness, and miracles will appear. So yeah, definitely a pretty positive message there, especially because the phrase that came to my mind with your season starting out with all those astrological energies that I talked about was a false start, right? Where you might feel like, okay, it's my birthday season, here we go, you get ready to roll, and then you're like, okay, and then all these energies just seem to slow everything down around you. So hopefully that resonated. The relationship message says, don't be in too much of a hurry right now. The heart needs time to open. Take a breath and let nature take its course. Release constriction and anxiety, for there is no need for tension. Savor the moment, and the waiting won't prove difficult. Your heart knows what the ego often resists learning. Patience pays off in deep and meaningful ways. So yeah, again, pretty positive message there too. I mean, I didn't see much of a relationship dynamic in this reading, although I will say that Four Wands, if there is a relationship dynamic in play, does seem pretty positive. So whatever resonated. The prosperity message says you have worked long and hard, your dreams are coming to fruition, and you want to hurry things along. You are the slow one moving languidly, yet still progressing right now, in a rhythm dictated by your authentic nature, the essence of your dream, and the will of the universe. Slow and steady wins this race. You will indeed win if you relax, stay the course, trust your intuition, and breathe. So yeah, definitely a pretty positive message there, especially because, like I said, with that Three of Swords, given that that's a sixth house energy for you guys, I was saying maybe you might feel like there's a minor setback within your work lives, and you can have Pluto in your house of career actually starting a retrograde cycle right at the start of May too. So could just be one of those things where, like I said, I don't feel like it's going to derail things long term, but it just might be a minor setback where, like, okay, oh, we might have overlooked this detail, and now you have to go in and fix it. So again, I don't think it's going to be a deal breaker, but just something you might have to work through. It's going to be a bit of an annoyance in the moment. All right, and last we have Mudra for you guys. So this is your Mudra here. It's the Chin Mudra, and the keyword for it is awareness. All right, there's the info. If you want to pause it or take a screenshot to read what it has to say, but under benefits, it says sharpens the intellect, reduces daydreaming and mental fantasy during meditation, lifts depression, opens the lower lobes of the lungs, especially when accompanied by deep diaphragmatic breathing. So if that mudra sounds like one that resonates with you, I will put the name in the description video as always. Once again, happy birthday, and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.